enough of that. Stop fucking around. This is the F+. It's terrible things. They're read with enthusiasm, but in the room tonight, we've got Isfahan.
Chunky Chicken is a rather rotund rooster that wields a large set of shears and sometimes wears a nice red hat.
Frank West.
Ultra Instinct Goku versus that thing that Naruto did. You know.
Nutshell Gulag.
Battle! Aunt May Rosemary Harris versus Aunt May Sally Field versus Aunt May Marissa Tomei.
Zarla!
Gordon Freeman is dropped into the Minecraft world. The only weapon he has is a crowbar. He has his trusty hazard suit. His goal is to beat the Underdragon. Can he do it?
The man that reads the internet for you. His name is King Lou Fernandez.
PCP hands down. They become impervious to pain, have super strength, and crazy stamina until they die shortly after the high is over. Long enough to take on the remaining men that are high.
And Lemon. So my name's U/MyFi, and 1,000 U.S. Marines versus 1 sectillion wasps. but the Marines have basic beekeeping attire.
Oh.
Oh, now I have to think about that really hard.
Take that into account.
Wow.
My dad versus your dad.
Should be the only one starting.
A heathen from Eton on a bag of Michael Keaton. A heathen from Eton.
Hey, F+.
Hey, Lemon.
Hi, Lemon.
Oh, hi. Okay, well, this is great. We got 6 people in this recording, six powerful people in this recording. I have an important question, though. Which of you, F+ participants, is the strongest?
Smelling?
It's
not
fine.
me.
Me and you team up. Let's take the rest of these guys. I think this is a shot,
team
man.
stacking, baby.
Oh, yeah. Was it a chicken fight?
So Isfahan, you versus Zarla, who would win in a fight?
What kind
Well,
of fight?
if it's in a pop culture appreciation fight, I would lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Absolutely.
Go for the eyes, Zarla!
Zarla's got a lot of accessories, too. I feel like that would be work to her advantage.
Flashlight in your eyes.
I bet she's wearing a lot of rings right now.
Yeah, it's sort of a lot of reflect damage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They can inflict the blind status on you.
She's using her disco ball attack.
They all say it's dead, that's why it works so well. Nobody expects it.
Well, related to that subject, I want to point you to a very recent document that we got here. And that was a document given to us by Wrought. Thank you for this, Wrought. And in fact, Wrought also gave us the 10 years of the F+ Supercut. Which, if you haven't seen it, thefpl.us.
Yeah, that was great.
It is an hour of F+. I wouldn't say appreciation, but understanding.
Scorching F+ truth.
But yeah, so Wrought gave us this document, and Wrought is pointing us to a subreddit called r/WhoWouldWin. Wrought explains, ever since the origin of the written word, when humanity was finally able to transcribe its myths, creating the origin of fictional literature, people have wondered, who would win in a fight, Superman or Goku?
I think there's Superman versus Goku cave drawings.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The literary scholars of r/WhoWouldWin are here to put logic and reason to the test so they can logically deduce whether Scooby-Doo would be able to beat Crash Bandicoot before Thanos killed both of them. So there we go. It's a subreddit with 274,000 members. Over 1,000 are online right now at this moment. But looking at the document here, I see that Isfahan, this subreddit has a number of rules.
Mm-hmm.
What are the rules of this subreddit?
Okay, I want a good, clean fight. I'm coming out in a referee shirt.
But it's tied at the collar like a halter top.
Yeah. So here are the rules. Rule number 1, being rude, condescending, or insulting. Be nice to each other. We're here to have fun. Being rude, condescending, or insulting users is not okay.
I'm sure that won't happen. Okay, great.
Oh, no.
All right, then there's Rule 2. That's downvoting. Do not downvote.
What? Wait a minute, what?
I have just invalidated one of 2 ways you can interact with the post. Do not downvote. We encourage the upvoting of all relevant content and have a wide definition of what's acceptable. Downvoting will never be allowed on this sub.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
That's nuts.
Okay. There's Rule 3, excessive repost. You're allowed to repost, but look to your left first. If you see a large number of posts about a character, try someone else. If you're going to repost, try to broaden or change the discussion to keep it fresh. Use your best judgment.
Search subreddit Superman Goku. Okay, well, it's sure. Okay, well, page 1. Let's see. Oh, page 1 goes on for a long. Oh, there's no pages. Well, yeah, no repost. Gotcha.
Okay, so then there's Rule 4, the unapproved meta. Okay, meta posts, multi-part tournaments, and other non-conventional posts require mod approval. Send us a message. We'd love to help you with your thread.
Fucking
I'm not
normies.
exactly sure what
Okay.
that means, but okay. 5, low-effort post. These posts will not be accepted.
Gasp.
So,
What would be like a low effort?
Oh, they have some
I think it
examples.
would just be Superman v Goku post. That's it.
Yeah,
Or-
not including your thoughts about it, I guess.
or yeah, I guess saying enough said, or
There's some examples.
Who would win? That's all.
okay. Oh, okay, yeah. The next page, there's overly broad, vague, or opinion-reliant posts. The posts with only a title, copy pasta,
only.
circle jerk, or meme derivative posts. Distasteful posts for the sake of being edgy
On Reddit?
on Reddit. Posts, you say on Reddit for that one, but posts with a clear political or social agenda.
A social
On
agenda.
Reddit? Subreddit
Hitler
versus
your
subreddit
mom
posts.
Think what Pepe would think.
There's subreddit versus subreddit posts or other posts looking to get a rise out of other online communities.
Oh, that sounds like the funniest option.
Yeah, it's like low effort comments. That's number 6. Comments that are a few words and contribute no actual discussion, like LOL or blank stomps. Comments consisting of a single image or GIF to provoke drama or as a non-responsive reply to the thread. Number 7 is a misflared post. People make mistakes, and we appreciate you letting us know so we can either remove the post or at least fix the flare. Flares are like little tags, for those who don't know, that like help like with the sorting and the like searching of.
Yeah.
But 8 is distasteful posts, which I think they already covered.
Not only is it but it's a duplicate of 2 different ones. So
Yeah.
you get to duplicate both at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of redundant because the description is a post made with a clear agenda, made to be offensive or in poor taste or overly edgy.
Rule number 9: no rereading your own posts.
Editing is
and
banned.
Then number 9 is Rule 5, which is
What?
yeah. There's a enumerated list, and then there's the rule numbers. So 5 was low effort post. Then you had 6, 7, 8, and then number 9 is Rule 5. So failed to provide evidence upon request. If asked, you must provide evidence for your claims or drop the argument.
You must provide evidence for your fantasy opinion.
Yes, so
Or stop.
cite your sources, show your work, or else you will never get your thesis accepted.
The reason that that's Rule 5, by the way, is because it's referring to a separate list of rules that's in the sidebar.
Yeah.
Because if you let nerds spread, they're just sort of like a fungus and they keep filling it up with lists and rules. And it just sort of keeps generating to the size of whatever container they're in.
Which list of rules would win?
Nerds are a lot like koi fish in that regard. Okay, so then the document has a bunch of pages of drama. Like it starts off with a whole bunch of like, why didn't you read this? Like God damn it, I'm just trying to keep the peace here. We're gonna skip past all that and get right to the fights here. So Zarla,
Yes.
you're gonna pit a theory here, and what do you want to go for?
Let's see. I want to know who would win in a fight between all the saints. I'm Peculiar Pangolin Man, and my question is, who is the most powerful saint? Anyone who is any variation of Christian saint can be considered. Let's say all the saints are put in a giant coliseum with a number of small environments in it, jungle area,
Maybe
urban
swines.
area, open area, etc. Every saint has their standard equipment, and it's bloodlusted. Here's a reference
Is
for this.
What now?
Yeah, it's bloodlusted.
Excuse me, yes.
Yes?
I believe I can be of assistance here as the official Who Would Win wiki historian. I have the terminology page opened right here.
Who
good.
summoned the historian?
Bloodlusted is when a character uses the full extent of his or her abilities in a fight as efficiently as they know how and goes straight for the kill. It does not mean a berserker range or fuck shit piss.
So St. Francis's ability of loving animals is just going to be top notch all the way up.
Well, that's
to
what I was
rank
gonna
11.
say. Like St. Francis of Assisi, like a whole animal army. Like that seems like the winner,
Basically
right?
calls down a flock of birds that pecks at everybody's eyes.
My money's on St. Bartholomew.
So everyone
wait,
starts
we
at
got-
max level.
We've got some rules. So round one, no powers. God wants nothing to do with this. So it's just a battle between historical figures. Round two, all abilities on the table. God will give the saints whatever powers they ever called upon in life, regardless of circumstance. Then round three, all the saints team up to fight Jesus Christ.
Well, that's a bait and switch.
Oh, man.
Can they defeat him?
Final boss.
Wait a minute. This is a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Assume that he can only use earthly feats and no omnipotence. God wants a fair fight.
Wait, God, but without the omnipotence.
Jesus, but without the
Jesus.
God,
They're all the saints are. They just have their standard equipment, no powers.
God just wants to see Jesus Christ eat the
So it's
curb. That's the
basically a
thing.
bunch of people beating the shit out of Jesus.
To be fair, God does seem to like seeing that. You know.
Fair enough.
That's true. So do a lot of
Jesus will have to figure out very quickly how to weaponize turning water into wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't. Why didn't he let me turn nails into rope?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's make a bunch
that's
of
how
fish.
all the saints died underneath, 10 million tons of loaves and fishes.
Actually, I'm gonna skip that one, and instead, this one caught my eye here. So, Frank West.
Yeah?
I've got a one that I just now posted, and this is a really important. We're talking about like historical cited debates,
Yes.
So what do you want to bring here?
Well, these are two of my favorite fictional characters. Man with rope versus man with knife.
Ooh, I love them. They have such a great
I
arc.
love the adventures of rope and knife.
I love that Mad Magazine comic.
My name is Vized Zenith. I'm having an argument with my friend. I feel like a rope would be a slightly more effective weapon than a knife, because once you wrap it around their neck, there's not a whole lot they can do to get it off.
Except cut it with a knife.
What? They'd have to cut it? Oh,
Sharp implement. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Assume that the knife is a 5-inch pocket knife, but it would take some sawing to cut through the rope.
Sawing? Oh, no,
Why
never
do I
mind.
have to assume that?
Yeah.
I'd rather chop.
Because you
Why
have
don't
to
we know how
assume
thick the rope is?
Yeah.
it's a rope. We all know what ropes are.
5 inches is an awkward size for pocket knife.
It's like a nylon boat rope, or are we talking like gym class climb to the top of the gym area?
Big, like a boat.
Okay, I hear all
giant
your
boat rope.
I hear all your objections. If it's a stomp for the knife guy, does basic grappling skills turn the tide in rope guy's favor?
Man with
So-
rope versus man with knife. Also, one guy's way stronger than the other guy.
Yeah, well,
Okay, edit. Okay, what if the guy has telekinetic powers, but they can only
Which guy?
manipulate the rope?
oh,
He has to
The
be
rope
holding
guy.
the rope for them to work.
the rope.
The rope
guy.
is 5 feet long. his powers aren't very strong and aren't able to strangle his opponent on its own.
What?
That's just a dude with tentacle arms, then. Right?
Are you talking like bandit powers?
I think he just means, like, I really want this rope around someone's neck, and... like,
You know,
like a-
just
and
to
I-
see. Also, if someone wouldn't mind drawing it, that would be cool. But like,
It's a joke.
That's just
So
a guy
he
with a
has the
lasso in a
power.
cartoon.
He has the power to manipulate the rope, but not
Yes.
really well.
right,
still
just
wants to
enough
fight a
that it
guy
goes
with a
around the
knife.
neck, but you still have to strangle with your arm muscles.
yeah, he's got the rope in this basket. But then when he plays this horn, you know,
The guy with the knife has no attributes except the knife. We don't know anything about him.
we know that it's 5 inches long. We do know
Is
that.
is that street legal? Is a policeman going to come and arrest him for having confiscate the knife? Like, I don't understand.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna
how
get
long is-
some.
How long is the rope? Is
Oh yeah,
is
it could be like a
average,
magician's
trained
rope where
men?
it's like three ropes and he turns into a longer rope.
I mean,
Unconcerning.
9/10, the guy with the knife, stabbing is easier than deflecting with a rope, but if the rope guy were smart, he'd fray the ends and use it as a whip to keep distance and wear down the knife guy, which would probably make it a 7 or 8/10, but then again, it's easier to stab.
Yeah,
It is easier to stab.
that's why.
Yeah,
that's
I
why
mean-
in the OP he went back and into his own post and gave the rope guy a bunch of handicaps.
With
And
but
Lou,
power.
what does Andelstein have to say?
Oh, is that somewhere down here?
Candlestein.
Oh,
It's the next one down.
Candlestein. If the rope guy is well trained and ties a big knot into the end of his rope to turn it into a makeshift flail, he can win most of the time, even against a trained knife fighter. 7 to 10, I think. A good knot the size of 2 or 3 fists would hit brutally hard, and it'd have reach advantage. Otherwise, knife guy 10 to 10. Even with the telekinetic hijinks, how do you propose rope guy stops knife guy from killing his ass real quick like?
By
Tie him
picking him up with his telekinetic powers. That's how.
Good luck with that. But I mean, if the telekinetic powers can only manipulate the rope weakly.
Okay. But only the rope weekly, not anything else weekly.
Oh,
Yeah.
only if the rope guy figures out that he can actually just dismantle the knife guy with his
Rope
power
is
and
the
turn
thing
into a
he's
pile of
weakest
bones
on.
and flesh.
Everything else is fine.
Oh,
You need to know how many rope classes rope guy has gone to.
yeah. You know, if you make the rope wet, it would really sting.
So anyway, this is the internet, and it's time to talk about Big Bang Theory. Who's the strongest person that
No.
Sheldon Cooper can irritate?
Wait, how are
Irritating.
I think the sky's the limit on that.
Yeah, what does strength have to do with that?
Whatever the CBS viewership is? I don't know.
Ah.
Okay, round 1. Which is the strongest person that Sheldon cooperates? That Sheldon cooperates could irritate before that person inevitably kills him. Round 2, Sheldon is immortal. Who is the strongest person that Sheldon could annoy until she kills herself? What am I saying?
I think this was
So it has-
posted on somebody's phone, so it auto-completed Cooper to cooperate.
Okay.
Why is it?
And
Why does he have to annoy a woman until she kills herself?
Well, you know how they are.
I have
Right.
perfectly rational conversations, but because the female brain can't be rational. And also, bonus round, who is the strongest person that Sheldon, with preparation, could defeat? So very good, reasoned thoughts here. And Zarly, your name's Sonic Tower.
Let's see. Strength is not equal resistant to irritation. Actually, I think they negatively correlate, in fiction at least. Sheldon would probably irritate the heck out of Thanos, Darkseid, Galactus, God Doom, God Joker. He would go up to abstracts that have no need to care for mortal problems, so he probably stops at the Tribunal, Eternity, Dr. Manhattan, and the Presence.
I hate it.
It's a lot
I
of-
understood like maybe one of those words that I was
a lot
just
of
speaking.
like Marvel and DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus
What's
Watchmen.
going on here?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Snack Boy. Round 1. Hajun from Kaijiri Kamui Kagura hates everything by virtue of existing, so having Sheldon annoying him would only make matters worse, or alternatively any nigh-omnipotent being, since they tend to be extremely full of themselves, which makes them easy to annoy. Yeah, round 2. What kind of immortality are we talking here? If it's
there's types? What types are there?
Yeah. If it's a kind that he absolutely cannot be rid of under no circumstances, he probably stops at the Joker, maybe?
What?
I
didn't know that there was a more immortality, no takebacks.
Yeah, he is immortal.
There's immortality plus.
He is immortal, but this is Sheldon we are talking about, so any street-level character can manhandle him even then and bury him alive and problem solved, since it's not like he is getting out anytime soon. Why suicide when you can simply get rid of him in a non-lethal way? Well, non-lethal for an immortal.
Okay, you win. You annoyed me.
No, there's a bonus.
You did it.
I just had a thought. Maybe Nightwing, since he might underestimate him and give Sheldon a chance to taser him or something, but again, Sheldon can be manhandled by any street level and maybe some regular people you see on the streets too.
I have drawings of this one. The next one is even more irritating.
Well, good.
Okay.
Hey, so get this. A typical Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Reddit user must fight to the death.
Oh, I wonder if Reddit will win.
I thought this was against the rules.
No, users,
That's
not
only
the actual...
Reddit versus Reddit. Reddit can fight on everything else. It just can't turn on itself.
Right. Which stereotype social media user comes out on top?
I don't see why stereotypes have anything to do with it.
So I want your imagining of the absolute typical user of each social media platform. Example, Facebook mum in this scenario. They are dropped off at a football pitch and must duke it out until only one survives. They'll all be in character, but aware of the fight to the death.
In character.
In character.
So they'll wear the traditional garb.
Oh, boy.
I'm representing all of
the ones
Tumblr.
will be like period specific.
Round 1, as prompt, no weapons or equipment. Round 2, all users will have access to anything they'd typically have in their own bedroom. Round 3, rather than just one of each, 1,000 users from each social media. All fighting as a group, and they'll have 2 weeks prep.
2 weeks prep.
Bonus. Before the battle, each one would make a post on their respective platform. Whose gets the most attention?
Oh, that's just red meat for the audience.
So, at each one of these rounds is to the death.
Yeah. Up boats to the death.
Great.
And then, Lou, you are
Yes.
cursor hiker?
All right. So first,
Oh,
our
boy.
contestants. Representing Facebook is a pushing 60 baby boomer with a lavish retirement fund and lots of time on his hands. He has little to do but play golf, post a dozen articles and several dozen memes of dubious quality to his wall, and comment about millennials.
Oh, good. YouTube is recommending me college humor videos again. Thanks.
Instagram is represented by a 25-ish social media thought, whose posts have to be deciphered by an emoji translator. Now, thought, I believe, is that hoe over there.
That
Yes.
over
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah. Her follower count is checked at least 11 times a day, and the most mundane events are religiously posted with a variety of hashtags popular at the time. Tumblr is represented by a late teens girl with a possible mental disorder who is certain she has at least 3. Emotional and constantly on the verge of tears, tries to be unique by wearing outdated hipster clothing, oversized glasses, and has an unusual haircut and coloring like everyone else she follows.
Got it, yep.
The Twitter representative makes an honest living as a social media manager for some firm or company, which is good because that's the only thing he's qualified to do. The blue checkmark swims in his head when he sleeps, and sometimes he quietly sobs when logged into his personal account with 57 followers. More likely when he's had one too many craft beers.
Should just say the Twitter representative is a Nazi who can't get banned under any circumstance.
The Reddit user is a Nazi who no one wants to be.
Like, proportionally more of these should be Nazis, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, representing Facebook is a Nazi, and Instagram is a Nazi, and Tumblr is a
The
Nazi.
Tumblr user is a Nazi, but you're the bigot for hating them.
No, the Tumblr's a Nazi and also a furry. And then Twitter's a Nazi.
Create an alternate universe where Nazis kill each other. That sounds fine.
Yeah,
Hey, this is only for a
That's
month
way
ago.
better.
Yep.
I thought, well, why? Okay. In the Snapchat corner is your typical Generation Z social media star who remains, in their mind, relevant by spouting the latest terrible memes and selling access to their premium Snapchat, at least until their parents find out about it.
I'm sure that one's hot. I'm not familiar enough with Snapchat to know if that's funny or not.
I thought Snapchat was old news. Maybe I'm out of the loop.
Well, but so is Tumblr. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was surprised about. It was a month old. Reddit is represented by a balding man pushing 30 who desperately tries to
Pushing
grow.
from which side?
Desperately tries to grow a beard to hide his weak chin, despite the fact that he's taking one class a year at the local community college and has for the last few years, so his parents don't kick him out. He's an expert on all things political, economical, and technological. The only possession more valued than his signed Rick and Morty merch is his katana.
All right, well, so there we go. Asked and answered. So now
Yeah.
we know who will win in the fight to the death where a van drops these people off.
The guy with the sword?
Oh, man.
Oh, no, that's just post 1 of 4.
Yeah, no, more.
God.
More. Yeah.
Oh, good.
He goes, Cursor Hiker goes into great detail about each round.
You gotta.
I don't know why they didn't put the rest of the posts in the doc.
Yeah, is there a standout to that?
Well, let's see.
To that screed?
Round 2, the Redditor has his katana, the Boomer Facebooker has his hunting rifle, and his bird hunting shotgun, plus his 1911, because you can't trust those damn plastic pieces of crap nowadays. The Instagrammer wields a nail file. The Tumblrite has a $10 knife she bought on Etsy to do witchcraft with. The Snapchat user has a replica Minecraft diamond sword. The Twitter user has a favorite Starbucks coffee travel mug. This is heavily stacked in favor of the Boomer, and he takes down the Instagrammer.
Know what I like.
Unfortunately, the shotgun only holds 5 shots. Before he can reload and switch to his 1911, he's beaten to death with a diamond sword replica. Unfortunately, Snapchat's Victor
is over there, buddy.
is short-lived, and he is shivved by a katana. He is shivved by a katana by a furious Redditor who was offended
I don't think that's how the verb
anyone
shiv works.
yes,
Yeah.
would
Shivved.
wield any other sword. The Redditor manages to take down the Tumblrite before passing out and dying of lack of sugar for his diabetic condition, making him the default winner.
I need proof for all of these claims.
Yeah.
The Redditor's diabetic condition was never mentioned before, so we're not going to be able to go into
It was
that.
undiagnosed, so it was a surprise to him, too.
Oh, man. That is a bummer. He just thought he was falling asleep during the day for no reason.
Hey, how's it going, F+? My name is Reasonable Disaster. It's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Tyson versus a man that sees things 10 times slower.
This seems like a...
Here comes a...
Yeah. Oh, there's Mike Tyson.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah, wait, 10 times slower is...
Why am I in a ring with Mike Tyson?
How did I get
Mike
here?
Tyson punches him like 5 times and he's like, fuck.
Why am I in the hospital?
Do I need to bother mentioning that I'm on ayahuasca right now, or can that just go unsaid?
What's that, Spirit Tiger? Look out for the
Anyway.
punch. What are you talking about?
Anyway, the man faces Mike Tyson. They are both unarmed. The man can also think 10 times faster, but he moves at normal speed.
Well,
So,
then he's hosed.
Yeah, then-
So he sees things 10 times slower.
You guys are idiots. Why did you misinterpret the sensible thing I wrote?
He sees slower, but he thinks faster. And he
Yeah.
So he's
moves
like
at a
Sherlock
normal
Holmes,
speed.
played by Robert Downey Jr.
Thinks 10 times faster, sees 10 times slower. Okay, so round 1, both are pitted in an UFC ring with no prep time. And round 2, man has 1 hour to see how his new powers work.
I think that means Rule 3. Or Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3.
Oh,
Or is
okay,
it
sure.
no?
No, I think it's
Oh, no,
round.
it's
They always do
round. Yeah,
rounds.
So he has.
Yes, this
The
man
first
is going
one-
to go more than one round with Mike Tyson.
Lemon, I can tell you,
And
not
each one
having
is
been
to
there,
the death.
not having been there for it, I can tell you exactly why y'all do rounds because they didn't used to and never went. Well, what are the details?
So in the first one, they have no prep time. In the second one, the man has an hour to teach himself a million murderous arts 10 times faster, which is still not enough time.
Yeah, and then that also means that Mike Tyson then has 1 hour to learn about boxing and rape.
Yeah.
Those are
I
things he
remember
doesn't
how to
need
punch.
extra
Oh, I do.
time about.
And then round 3, man has 1 day to train with someone to get used to his power.
Who else would know how to use those powers? So,
So
like,
it's not like the Matrix where you can learn kung fu instantly.
It's more like that dodgeball movie where if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Exactly.
Can we just see like a quick montage of how that would look?
No, it's 10 times slower than the actual regular montage.
It's real time montage.
Isfahan, if you'll do this Greg League Gaming alt account, so I guess it's the alternate account of Greg League Gaming.
Greg Lee Gaming Alt. I mean, he can't react, so he's still going to get clobbered. Only difference is he will see every punch coming that is about to rock his world. Just because he sees the combinations coming does not mean he could even remotely react in time to block or stop the hit. Even if he blocks one hit, his body won't react in time to stop the next few. The dismage he will take also, even if he mostly blocks, is absurd, and he won't have a chance to attack back or be clocked in the
No
face.
room for absurdity in this segment.
Edit. Think of it this way. Mike Tyson's point of view, he's still just fighting the average man who punches normally. He's never tagging Tyson. The man looks like he's blocking decently as he can start reacting to an incoming punch well, but a combination at Mike's speed the average man just can't react to, as his body is not that fast physically. The average person is not as fast or cannot move their body fast enough even if they know what's coming to block all the punches, or even while blocking they are not trained or conditioned enough to take a punch of this caliber.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Thanks. I don't suppose you have more, do you?
Yeah. Here's a YouTube link.
Okay.
This is a more current Tyson post boxing. No chance a normal man's body can get out the way. Think of a man with a gun trained on you. Even if you could see the bullet in slow motion, your body itself could never react. Even if you run, the opposing person just sees a normal man running at normal speed and won't miss.
As somebody that posts on Reddit all the time, of course I can outrun a bullet.
Yeah.
And then Frank West, your name is Count Long Dong.
That's me. Wait.
Count _ Long _ Dong. You had a response here to Greg Lee Gaming Alt.
What? Oh my god, I have the sorry. I see what I did wrong. Yes. I'm not sure that I agree.
what? On this Reddit?
You see, observing the world 10x slower is going to get him to near instantaneous reaction time. Your analogy with the gun conveyed your point well, but I think it's overstating Tyson's speed just a bit. Watching that clip, I think it's within the abilities of the average man, though what constitute average is often a topic for debate in and of itself.
God!
Oh, the droll conversations I've had at my dinner parties about what the average man is and whether they could beat Goku. Oh. Anyways, I think they could dodge or at least block most of those. Additionally, anytime you swing your fist, you're leaving some part exposed, even if it's just briefly. The slowed perception man obviously gets a huge advantage in identifying those every single time and can try to capitalize. Beastly as he is, the average adult man can knock out Tyson with a well-placed punch.
I disagree. I'm not even convinced Mike Tyson feels pain.
Well, that being said, I think it still goes to Tyson every time. Our average guy has to be perfect with his dodges and really has to make the most of the windows he's given. I'd call it possible he defeats Tyson at least, but unlikely.
Fair.
About a week ago, I was in a room trapped in a conversation with a guy who was repeatedly and emphatically remarking how interesting it was that different countries referred to still and sparkling water in different ways. And he just found that very interesting, and he wanted to share this interesting fact about how these different countries respond to this thing. And it went on for fucking ever. And I know at this point that dude had a long dong.
Look, once your penis gets long enough, you just don't have to be you don't need the personality. Trust me, I know.
Just coasting on that dick.
That's why. Now I know.
Basically, what happened to Sasuke when he fought Rock Lee in part 1 of Naruto.
So that's the actual definition of big dick energy.
Yeah, big dick energy is actually very low.
I don't care what you think. I'm going to trap you in a conversation.
Y'all.
Yeah, what's up?
How about like pirates versus cowboys?
Oh, good.
A classic.
Did the Deadliest Warrior get rebooted?
So
I see we're dipping into the vintage tonight.
So cowboys wearing leather cowboy hats, coats, flannel shirts, riding boots with spurs, and armed with Colt single action armies. Colt Dragoons, or similar 6-shot revolvers. 1 or 2 out of every 10 can pack your choice of a double-barreled shotgun or a Winchester rifle. Nice. Pirates, dress in motley but have decent leather boots. All are armed with sabers, knives, and some have boarding axes. Each has 2 wheel-lock pistols. 2 out of 10 have flintlock rifles or blunderbusses, and 1 out of 10 has grenados?
Grenados. I don't know.
Powder flasks, essentially a pirate-themed homemade grenade. Round 0, because we all know.
Oh God, it's a
as an
0
accuracy.
index array.
Yep.
10 pirates versus 10 cowboys on a 100-yard square flat plane dimension. This round is to establish that 1-1 cowboys slaughter pirates due to better technology. The end game over if anyone disagrees, because maybe you've listened to Dan Carlin's Caesar Hastings argument about it here.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight? We all know who would win in a fight. Who would win in a fight?
Round 1. Battle takes place on the inner surface of a 25-mile circumference / 5-mile wide orbital ring habitat spun up to 0.8 of a G.
What the fuck?
The design of the
So
habitat
it's
is
a
such that
halo.
the prevailing wind blows between 5 and 15 miles per hour out of the east, so it is reshaped and made unpredictable by the landform.
God,
The
she's
habitat
going
has
into
no
over
season.
nerd.
It's basically always late spring. It's
It's
in
Halo.
such a way that it has an Earth-length day-night
It is
cycle.
Halo.
Fog often comes up in the mornings, allowing the pirate ship to hide. The
Oh, the pirates
landscape
have a
is
ship
roughly
now.
this. See, map of habitat.
I don't want to click that because I'm imagining them fighting inside of that Dre Tupac California.
Please do click
my
that
God.
link of the map.
This is
Yeah,
just
it's really
Scorched Earth, the DOS game.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, never mind. That
Tank
was worth
Wars.
clicking.
Oh, wow, that is a
Inside
good
is
picture. I
contiguous
like that.
landmass with terrain and flora approximate
Is that from that
American
Worms
West.
Armageddon game?
desert
Totally
mesas,
is, 100%,
arroyos,
yes.
box canyons, a few mountains with thick pine forest, and including several herds of mule deer, a small herd of bison, rattlesnakes, coyotes, 2 hungry cougars, and 2 grumpy black bears.
Well, now it's no longer pirates versus cowboys. It's pirates versus cowboys versus the environment.
Yeah, my money's on the Cougars.
The blue side is a deep saltwater ocean inhabited by a pod of dolphins, a small school of man-o-war jellyfish, and several hungry tiger sharks.
What are the dolphins?
Well, you can obviously all lie with the dolphins.
Drowning?
The dolphins do.
Yeah,
Wow, that's really good.
that's well done.
Yeah.
Are you able to echolocate?
Help finding my keys. Let's see. There are 50 cowboys on a small ranch with barn, a stable, a bunkhouse, and a little ranch house. It's situated about a mile back from the coast in a wide valley between a mesa and a small mountain. To about half-mile
You're
out, it's
picturing
surrounded
all
by a
this, right?
meandering perimeter of barbed wire fence. The cowboys have horses, 500 head of cattle, and plenty of powder and ammunition. They're led by a sheriff who was a former U.S. Army lieutenant and
Now we're
served
getting
in a
backstory
cavalry
now.
unit during the Civil War.
This round is
He's
really
in a
detailed.
loveless marriage.
50 pirates sailing the sea on a rundown former French naval frigate mounting 20 4-pound cannon and 7 6-pound cannon. They are led by a captain who served in the British Navy for a decade prior to going privateer and then full pirate. He also has a parrot that the crew believes whispers tactical advice to him.
Wow.
The pirates have experience with livestock you would expect from somebody who grew up in the 17th century Europe / North Africa / Middle East. They have 6 long boats which can each carry 10 men. They also have plenty of powder and ammunition.
Whoa, this is the
carry
same
more
premise.
men than they have.
Both sides must rely on the land / water for rations. Men can hunt, forage, or fish, and pirates must come ashore periodically for fresh water. And to die of scurvy, I guess, unless it rains.
This is a very
The cowboys can grow
Age of
vegetables,
Empires.
and the pirates can try to raid their vegetable garden.
This is like an RPG setting.
The pirates can also steal the cowboys' superior weapons. The pirates win if they manage to burn down the ranch house or kill or steal all the cattle. The cowboys win if they manage to sink the pirate ship. Either side can win by killing everyone on the other side.
What if they bring the flag back to their base?
Yeah.
Well, then they have to wait for the tickets to count down to 0. And,
And then they go into overtime.
yeah,
I mean,
you get to see the kill cam of the last person who died.
We
Flag
must push
captured.
little cards.
Flag dropped. Flag captured.
Entire
Flag
pirate team is
Flag
babies.
How many pirates does it take to cap the point?
Bomb planted.
spy around here.
That was.
It not be me. I be a fellow cowboy.
This is fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah, the captain is a pirate that talks
Not
to
only
him.
was that fucking stupid, but thefpl.us, we will have the diagram that somehow describes everything that Nutshell just read there, which is a wavy line that's green on one side and blue on the other side.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Wrought points out that r/WhoWouldWin has a component subreddit, so that's great. It's called r/respect threads, which functions as a sort of database for the sort of fictional characters so that people can use them as citations for their fictional argument battles. So, it's a subreddit that exists to support this other subreddit. So, as you see here, his strength is 7.
They escaped their container. Shit.
So now what we have is actual canonical evidence.
There's the proof. That's the proof they were talking about.
Right, proof.
Because
Exactly.
otherwise,
So
the Reddit
to that-
dissolves into chaos.
To that end, Zarla, do you know who Apana is?
Yes.
Apona?
Yes, I do.
What is Apana?
She's Link's horse.
Fuck you. Really?
Yeah. That's
I
real.
The picture.
She's Link's horse.
You click the link.
Damn
I
it.
mean, it's also like a real life horse god, but let's be real, they ain't talking about that.
No, absolutely not.
Not any real
There's some slight
horse
clues
gods.
that they're not talking about the mythical horse gods.
Anthropomorphic horse? Or is
No,
it
it's just the horse he
No,
rides
it's just-
in Ocarina of Time.
Awesome.
She's
Click
Reddit
the link.
is cool. What a
Technically, it's several horses.
good, what a good website.
technically.
Ah.
So, respect Epona, the Legend of Zelda. Even though you change shape, I still understand you, Link. Hurry up and return to your true self. Throughout the history of Hyrule, Link is continuously reincarnated through the spirit of the hero. Zelda is continuously reincarnated through the bloodline of the goddess. Ganondorf is continuously reincarnated through Demise's curse for his hatred to always follow him. Epona may not be as frequently reincarnated as any of them, but she still reappears a surprising amount of time throughout the timelines without any explanation. Regardless, she is continually a great companion to Link, always appearing and being ready to go when called.
And then you have some citations that are irrelevant, but do you have any sort of, like, I don't know, attacks or, like, special moves or something?
I have-
Horse?
I have many
Like,
strengths.
run fast? Is that one of them?
Yes, that actually is one, but I have...
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I have strengths. I can stomp on the ground repeatedly, throwing up stones and creating shockwaves, which bring a burst of blue energy. I can kick with my hind legs, throwing up stones. I can kick the air, making shockwaves. I can charge forward with streams of air energy, throwing up more stones. I can jump twice, making shockwaves. And I've shown to have the highest category of strength of all horses you can find in Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
Okay, so
Several
all right,
shockwave-related attacks.
Yeah, a lot of shockwaves and rocks
Or
going on.
rocks and shockwaves, yeah. That's how
Speed.
horses defend themselves.
I can beat 2 grown horses in a race as a child. I can shake off people riding on me. Boblins. I can rear and run fast enough that Link is vertical in the air while trying to hold on to me. What?
God.
Okay. I can charge forward with streams of air energy, and I can dash forward making a shockwave. I can jump over barriers, and I can jump over gates, and I can jump over large caps. And I have the highest category of speed of all horses you can find in Breath of the Wild.
Awesome. What's the very last thing in
That's
other?
not true.
It's potentially illegal to rename me. Illegal. You thought you were in trouble for moving
We have some questions.
You're under arrest for trying to rename your horse to Butt Lover. We here at Nintendo do not enjoy such ill-mannered horse names.
What do you think this is, Borderlands?
Oh, sucks. And then Frank, you had just something to say, right?
And Breath. Hi, my name's Only Void, and oh fuck, this is something I actually just said.
Oh, good.
We found you all.
We're beyond
I
parody.
am the Redditor. In Breath of the Wild, the best stats a horse can get is 5. Epona only has 4 for each, and there do exist horses that have 5 in those stats.
No, it can't
to
be
name
true.
a few, Giant Horse having 5 in strength, Lord of the Mountains having perfect. Why? This is. I'm doing my own voice, and I'm making.
I was
it sound
wondering
like
when
this.
you were
Like,
going
this
to
is
start
just
reading
me.
the post, but
I knew all of this. This all already went through my head
I mean,
once I
technically, you can't
read
keep the Lord of
post.
the Mountains.
Yeah, that's not even a horse. It's not. You can't register it at a stable. Like,
Yeah, it's like a
huge freak-
god or something.
it's like a huge freakish bloopy.
Yeah, it's got a weird man face on it. It's really weird.
Lou, I have a choice for you.
Oh boy.
Okay, great. You got 2 choices of canonical descriptions to present to the F Plus audience, so that they too can spend their time posting on r/. So Lou, your choices are Adam West's Batman,
Okay.
specifically the Adam West one.
Oh wait.
Or a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers character named Chunky Chicken.
Well, no contest.
What? Wait, where are these links?
I'm not going to tell you. You have to choose.
Oh, I'll read about Adam West.
All right, Adam West Batman. This is specifically the Batman from the 1960s television series. There's way too many citations. It goes on for fucking ever. And that's why I would ask you instead to scroll down to page 22 in the document.
Oh my god.
For
Oh my God! Hold
for
on.
Wrought's cut down version of this.
Oh, I went too far. Okay, here we go. Respect Adam West. This part? Respect Adam West's Batman?
Yep. Mhm.
All right. Respect Adam West's Batman. Batman, 1960s television series, posted by Comic Croc. For surely no man is above the law, and no man is below it.
That's deep,
Whatever that
man.
means. Thank you. Background. Gotham City, a bustling metropolis full of good-hearted Americans who proudly live in this peaceful city. But what's this?
What's this?
A malicious discontent who has disrupted the very peace. Holy disturbance, Batman! Is that an avian anarchist, the Penguin? The peevish puzzler, the Riddler? Or say it isn't the clown prince of crime, the Joker! Whomever the fiend may be, the jurors of Justice, Batman, and Robin won't rest until these crooks are behind bars.
I will say
Ever
it's
since
obvious
Bruce-
this person had fun writing this.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
Ever since Bruce Wayne witnessed the tragic death of his parents in an alleyway, he, along with his youthful ward, Dick Grayson, have dedicated their lives to stopping crime. As a duly deputized agent of the law, Batman stops the criminals that are too impossible for the police to handle themselves. A bat phone call from the commissioner, a quick hop down the bat poles, and the dynamic duo are racing to the Batmobile to the scene. In the Batmobile to the scene, while following the speed limit, of course. strength,
course.
knocks back 6 men attacking him, knocks back 3 men, breaks chains that have been tied around his wrists, resists robots who are strong
Sorry,
enough.
The chains were tied, were they? They tied the
Yeah.
chains?
Yeah,
you
I
know.
can see them doing that in
Got
that
it.
show.
Got it.
Yeah. He's also able to resist robots who are strong enough easily to bend metal bars long enough for Alfred to climb their buildings and intervene.
Resist them doing what, though?
I
Are they,
don't
like,
know
peer
what that
pressuring him
means.
to smoking
Yeah.
or something?
Oh no, I see. These are yeah.
Do it. Do it. You want to be cool, don't you?
I do want to be cool.
Batman can also catch a rolling barbell and hurl it at the Joker. Pry open a
Not everybody
giant.
else though. He cannot hurl it at the penguin.
No. He's also been known to pry open a giant clam,
Am I right, folks?
right? Like when he seduced Catwoman.
That's not nice. That's not nice. Eartha Kitt is a lovely woman of sophistication. I will not have.
I meant the white one.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Julia Newmar is a slut.
Throw a man across a room. Holds onto a moving plane with one hand until he gets hit. By focusing a kick on one point, hurts Solomon Grundy.
What was
Ooh,
the
that
point?
impressive.
Was it his
Was
nuts?
that-
I have to believe it was his nuts,
Yeah.
right?
Was Solomon Grundy in the Batman TV show?
Maybe? I don't know.
don't
I
know.
opened the link, and I guess
I mean,
there's
this
a
person's
comic-
showing their work, so it's,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna doubt this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trust
I don't
this
know.
guy.
I just
He's-
all
this
right.
guy knows what he's talking about.
I would like to take this moment.
Look, either he's
to
right or he's wrong,
apologize.
and you have to argue with him.
That's true.
I apologize to Comic Croc and will do anything to avoid having to argue with him in person. Throw a large man into a stack of treasure. Kicks King Tut, an overweight man, a ways. I don't know why you have to get insulting about King Tut, but stops 2 advancing walls from crushing him and Robin. With Robin smashing through a window. With Robin pounds a trash can hard enough to incapacitate the bookworm inside. Take that,
What?
nerd.
Just bullying.
With Robin. Some of these things are only with Robin. Climbs up a wall by pushing against each other's backs. With Robin lifts off a letter from a giant sign. With Robin breaks down a door. With Robin knocks 4 men down, dominoing the Joker, Penguin, and Riddler as well. Yeah. And then there are also 19 pages worth of stats.
on the Adam West weapon.
That is-
if you are interested. Kapow!
There is something not worth reading, but it is about Little Pip's companions from Fallout Equestria. And I'm only mentioning that to mention that very, very early on in the Related to Nothing, I just like this thread on Ball Pit, is the best Fallout Equestria graphic that has ever been created, which is a gun that gets used by a pony, and the way that the gun gets used by the pony, where the pony puts the gun in his mouth and fires the gun, and then a dissection
I'm sorry.
about how the gun
I'm
actually
sorry.
works.
No.
Is this a My Little Pony Bethesda's Fallout crossover?
Yes.
work?
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
take it. What is Fallout Equestria?
Fallout Equestria is a fan fiction that started as one person's fan fiction about what if the ponies were in Fallout, and is now comprises in total probably like 50 times more words than all of the Fallout games combined.
I think, isn't it like the longest work of fiction that exists?
It is.
No.
Yes, there's a no. I
No,
think
the
that's
longest
true.
works of fiction is the Smash
Yeah, the
Brothers.
Smash
Oh,
Brothers.
yeah, that's
Oh,
right. That's
that's
right.
right.
You're right.
That's right. Yeah.
Because
No.
that's like the longest single one. But Fallout Equestria is a group effort.
I
And
know
I think
it's-
even has a spin-off series that went on to also be
Yeah, that sounds right. That
Where-
The
sounds right.
original Fallout Equestria was over 600,000 words long.
I,
You know what the spin-off is? Like, what the spin-off is?
Oh no, I got it confused with the other thing. Sorry, there's another sprawling My Little Pony fan fiction world, and that's the one that had the spin-off.
you know,
It wasn't like Fallout Equestria New Pegasus or anything like that.
I really feel like I want to hate it, but for some reason I feel like I'd rather play that than Fallout 76.
Agreed. Yeah.
Somebody who has played Fallout.
I mean, at least there's
76, I've got
dialogue.
to agree.
Yeah, at least there's ponies you can talk to instead of just doing fetch quests.
As long
for
as the
ghosts.
mouth guns are believable, god damn it.
I will try to put in the show notes, but pony guns, pony mouth guns are ridiculous, and Isfahan has cited his sources.
That's right.
But hey, respect the monsters, okay?
Mm-hmm.
By
Which
monsters,
monsters?
I want to specifically talk about the monsters in Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed.
Oh, of course, those monsters.
Yes. Yeah, Scooby-Doo and Mystery Inc. have faced dozens of masked menaces over the years. I think probably more than dozens. Anyway, from space kooks to ghost clowns. But sometimes the monsters are real. And once, an old foe of theirs took some masked menaces and made them real. That, you see, is the plot of Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed. A thought-to-be-dead enemy, Jonathan Jacobo...
That sounds like a Scooby-Doo name, yeah.
Yep. Scientifically formulates, just like that, how to create
Science!
how to create real monsters out of monster costumes and tries to use them to take over the world, or at the very least get revenge on Mystery Inc. Also, they have a flying pirate ship. It's not clear where they got it. I'm gonna list the monsters in order.
Good.
Oh, good.
So there's the Black Knight ghosts. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Who can break a table in half,
Ooh.
cuts a halberd in half, kicks down a metal door that's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Not in half? No.
No, just kicks it down.
Oh.
It doesn't, it's like, maybe it's like 1/3 and 2/3.
That's disappointing.
Also, since he's a ghost, only hits to his armor actually do anything. Also has a horse.
Okay. Is it a ghost
Is it a
horse?
Pona?
Yeah, but has a weak point.
Yeah, that's known in martial arts as the gate.
The pterodactyl ghost lifts up the 10,000-volt ghost costume in his mouth.
These all have
Okay.
gifts attached to them.
Yeah, this is almost the entire movie.
Yeah. You don't need to watch the movie now.
Pterodactyl ghost flies into the tar monster, punches a hole in the billboard with his face.
I don't know if that's a power.
I don't know why we're gendering the pterodactyl ghost. Like, why are we assuming these ghosts are men?
Yeah.
The 10,000-volt ghost sends Daphne flying with contact.
That makes sense. It's a lot of electricity.
Being channeled into Black Knight Ghost makes a large explosion. And the limitation is mental physically interacts with and thus can harm. Mental physically
Nope.
interacts with
Metal.
Try again.
metal. There it is. Thank you. Appreciate it. Metal physically interacts with and thus can harm him.
A ghost.
Yep.
One of these
Electric
gifts, Daphne is like
ghost.
trying to jump kick the electricity ghost, which just seems like a really bad idea. Like,
I always took Daphne for an idiot, though.
that's fair.
Captain Cutler, of course, makes a big splash. I think that's a skill, making a big splash.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch the gift to make sure to see. Yeah, that's a fairly big splash. I don't know. It's like an amazingly big splash.
It's more like he kicked some water.
Yeah.
There's the tar monster. The special skill of the tar monster is that emerges from the sewers.
Oh, this is not the one from Song of the South.
No. Much different tar monster. Much
that's a
different
tar
tar
bait.
monster.
It's a different subreddit altogether.
The tar monster restrains Daphne in a video clip I have never masturbated before.
Well, buddy, you're missing out.
This clip and that one scene from Space Channel 5 are two things I've never masturbated to.
Yeesh.
Good to know.
This is a jelly weirdo.
The skeleton men. Here's an important thing to know about the skeleton men. Red Eye makes a sled out of Green Eye.
Okay.
You're welcome. Red throws Green's head and embeds it in wood. And finally, and most clarifyingly, pull a large metal vent pipe out.
That's a skill.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. The Minor 49er breathes fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
These
The
wait,
zombie
hold
pukes.
on. The skeleton men, when
Yeah.
the vent
Yeah.
pipe falls on them, they didn't
Yeah.
pull it out.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
true. This is misrepresenting these abilities. How am I supposed to accurately argue with this misinformation?
I'm sorry.
No, this is
What does the
canonical
miner
now.
do?
You
Just
Yeah.
realized I
Arguable.
have the
This is
exact same powers
cited
as a
fact.
zombie.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
The two powers of a zombie is a zombie can puke and drive a truck.
I mean, so can my fucking uncle, and I can take him.
And finally, the cotton candy glob forms out of thin air, which is, of course, really useful and good, and I'm really glad that we spent our time learning about that shit. It was great. And so that means that it's time for us to move into the profile of a character by the name of Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders from DC Universe. Huh?
I hate this.
Aw, Lemon, are you getting comic
Oh.
book poisoning?
Wait, DC Universe.
DC, is there a DC Universe character named Colonel Sanders?
Just read the frickin' entry.
Well, we have to find out, right? Somebody has to tell us.
Shit. Shit. Isfahan.
Okay. Colonel Harlan Sanders. After the events of Forever Evil, Mirror Master got into contact with a man from Earth 3 by the name of Colonel Sunder, the evil version of Earth 1's own Colonel Sanders. When Sunder opened up a terrible fried chicken restaurant, Sanders set out to punish the doppelganger for besmirching the Colonel's good name. Colonel Sanders would go on to defeat Sunder again with the help of several Colonel Sanders of different realities, and even open a universe-wide delivery service for KFC. Oh, this was a tie-in. Oh, it was a tie-in to the KFC delivery.
Oh my god!
Yes, like hostess hand pies.
Oh fuck!
Well,
We're
it's
the
saying
universe
that-
of a Sean Baby comic.
Well, the universe-wide delivery service is, like, supposed to be, like, happening in our own reality because of the events in the comic book. That's what it's talking about. But anyway.
Oh, man, yes, there are images.
All right. So the physicals, the strength. Colonel Sanders can hold onto Earth 11 Flash's cosmic treadmill while traveling between realities. The Colonel can also destroy turrets by throwing a table across a restaurant at them, and knocks Colonel Sunder's thugs through a window and throws Sunder through a portal, knocks out Colonel Sunder, shoves aside Colonel Sunder's thug, smashes his TV with his cane. All right, and then the durability of the Colonel Sanders is he gets choked by Larfleeze, which doesn't sound like a good thing. He's unharmed after driving into the Zinger 1, crashing back to Earth.
One of the alternate reality Colonel Sanders is unsurprisingly a chicken.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I would say that one of Colonel Sanders' weaknesses is to get fired and recast every time that they're in a commercial.
I thought they did that on purpose.
Does that mean
though.
that the chicken one serves human?
They didn't start by doing that on purpose.
I mean,
But I think
because
they're not. There's not a new scandal that removes each one. It's
I mean, one of the Colonel Sanders was Reba McEntire. Like,
Look,
Right.
the power, the mantle weighs heavy upon the head. They give it.
it's
up
like a Green Lantern thing.
voluntarily.
Yeah, it fits in.
Yeah.
Fits in with the DC universe. Yeah.
because they actually have to work at the restaurants when they do that.
But just in case you're wondering if I knew my wrestling terminology, I sure do. He no-sells Colonel Sunda's pink slime ray, breaks out of Colonel Grodd's psychic control, which had taken down the rest.
Actually, I believe you'll find that. Sorry, yes, it's me again, the historian. No cell is actually an official Who Would Win piece of terminology.
Which they took from pro
So-
wrestling, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's ours now. It's here in this tome.
Breaks out of Colonel Grodd's psychic control, which had taken down the rest of the Colonel Corps. I wonder how the rank structure is in the Colonel Corps, but anyway, if everybody's a colonel. But,
Very confusing.
Yeah.
That must be confusing.
all right.
Colonel General, Colonel Marshal.
There's Colonel has a bit of speed and agility. He blocks frozen biscuits shot out of turrets using a table.
Okay.
The Colonel and the Flash are friends in almost every reality. He has enough will to wield a Green Lantern ring and was made an honorary Green Lantern.
Okay.
And he knocks back Larfleeze with a fist construct. I don't know what that means.
What are larfleas?
Hey, can you tell me a whole lot about his gear?
Yeah,
Tell me
sure
a
can.
Whole lot about his
Yeah.
gear. I want to know everything about
Absolutely. Get comfortable. Okay.
his gear. Okay.
He has a variety of gadgets on his person.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gotta look at this image a lot closer.
Like a bolo tie.
He has X-ray glasses. Wow. Okay.
In the inspection spectacles, is he just inspecting that guy's pancreas?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Maybe he's looking for chicken. Like maybe he's seeing if he ate KFC.
I see that you had 3 tenders. Good for you.
I love watching our food be digested. Would you mind standing still for just a few minutes? Ah, yes.
His tie costs
and then
$10.
finally, Frank, we're going to close this on something that we couldn't miss. Let's do a profile on a fighter by the name of Garfield.
The legend. The lover and fighter man.
Respect Garfield.
Finally.
Surely you can't mean that
for
Garfield.
The lover and fighter man.
Respect Garfield. I hate Mondays.
Love your Garfield voice, by the way.
Yes,
This is my Garfield appreciator voice.
Oh, okay,
that's right.
sorry.
The real Garfield hardcore fans will know. The Garf heads.
Garfield is. Garfheads. Garfield is, without a doubt, the most popular cat in all of comics.
Suck.
Excuse me, apparently somebody hasn't heard of Heathcliff.
I was going to say, suck it, Heathcliff.
Eat a fucking
Bill the
dick,
cat.
Heathcliff.
Get the fuck out of here, Bill.
Come on, Heathcliff was, I can't remember a single characteristic of Heathcliff. Was he
terrorized
naughty?
the
I don't
neighborhood.
remember.
He's, he likes to get a fish bone out of a garbage
Yeah,
can.
he likes to eat fish bones. Okay,
He
He's
wants
not
to
like
be-
Top Cat, who's basically
Isn't
a
Heathcliff the
criminal.
one that wants you to beware of the garbage ape and nothing makes sense?
Yeah. I was reading on
That's-
it recently. It's just gotten really surreal and strange.
Heathcliff lives in a bizarre world where neither the punchline or the comic have anything to do with each other or reality.
Yeah.
But Garfield is Heathcliff is basically a one panel like nonsense comic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Complete nonsense.
Well, and a cartoon.
like Marmaduke.
Yeah.
Having been in the funny pages for over 40 years, Garfield has picked up his occasional impressive feat over the course of his syndication.
What is that?
Well, we
Changing
have to
from
find
a giant
out.
fat
We'll
cat
get to
a
that, but I need to finish
walking
this
one.
background
I'm on the edge
first,
of my seat.
because none of you know who Garfield is. Anyway, you probably know him. Fat cat who hates Mondays and dogs and loves lasagna. Fucking rad, right? Unfortunately, being iconic is not a feat, so we'll have to dig a smidgen deeper. Note that only comic
Backstory.
strips... Only comic strips will be used here, since the TV shows and specials being canon is debatable at best.
No U.S. acres for you.
So no Tale of Two Kitties here.
No, absolutely fucking not, and I don't even want you mentioning that in my goddamn house again. This is the Garfield comic strip house, goddammit.
The real canon.
So here are his physicals. Strength. Hurls a television set with pinpoint accuracy at John. However, the circumstances of the feat suggested his adrenaline boosted. So.
I can't say that description is wrong. Looking at the image they linked to that. It's
It's a CRT. That's a heavy TV.
that's an accurate description of what's going on in it.
Implied that he ate an entire cow, which I guess is something you put under strength.
Yeah, that's a strength.
guess.
That certainly is.
Garfield's a chupacabra.
He's a swarm of piranha.
Crushes an alarm clock with his bare hand. Drags John up a tree, and his teeth can cling into the side of an ice cream truck. This likely means he can bite through steel.
Likely.
This Garfield sounds way better than the Garfield I'm familiar
The
with.
one who sleeps and eats lasagna all day?
Garfield from Earth
What
3.
What a wonderful monster. I love this reboot.
Durability. Tanks being slammed into the side of his house by Odie, and got smashed in the face with a boot and completely fine the next day. This cat cannot be stopped. He will chew through your house. He will chew through your dog.
He will not
Destroy
stop.
your soul.
Oh, you think you can outrun him? Well, speed. He keeps up with an ice cream truck, going full speed. There's a lot about ice cream trucks in this. He murders a mailman by running at incredibly high speeds.
Oh my god, he does!
Yeah.
He literally, that is actually...
Holy shit!
Wow.
Okay, so you click the link. Click the link. So Zarla, describe it as all Garfield comics are. It's a three panel strip. Will you describe this strip
Okay.
here?
So Garfield's running, and he goes, I wonder how fast I can run. I wonder what would happen if I hit this kitty door at Mach 2. And then the last panel is the mailman, like, splayed out, and then it has Garfield thinking, I wonder if killing a mailman is a federal offense.
The mailman is
He's dead.
he
is dead.
He is dead.
He has been killed.
Yeah, his neck is in an
His neck is
unnatural
clearly
position.
broken.
His neck has been snapped.
It totally makes sense that Jim Davis is a subset.
Kind of like, am I being detained?
I do not recognize the federales.
I was not driving, officer. I was traveling.
I mean, the thing about John Arbuckle is that he's been squatting illegally for 40 years, but whenever the cops get close, Garfield comes out, so it's just safer to leave him.
Is it worth the manpower? It's not worth it.
No one told me he had a faster than light feet.
Yes. Yeah, Coconut Crab points out that Garfield has a faster than light feet.
Yeah.
This cat breaks the laws of physics, and so many brave officers have lost their lives.
Garfield can't be brought to
You
justice.
mean
There's no
armed
justice he
aggressors.
recognizes.
Okay, but at least this cat obeys the laws of physics, right? Wrong. Next category, reality warping. Physically ejects Odie into the next week. This cat can erase periods of time. Wills himself in and out of a timeline manifested by a lack of appreciation of those around him.
Wow. Garfield
Oh, they're
OP,
showing
Nerf
Owen
Garfield. Jeez.
Yeah.
The Hollywood one. Not Hollywood, Halloween one.
Yeah.
Yeah, starving in the house alone.
That comic strip messed me up so much as a kid. 'Cause I loved Garfield because it was, silly and predictable and fun, and then that comic strip appeared in the newspaper, and I was like, "What's happening?"
There's no warning for it or anything. It just happened.
It was
It's Halloween
horrifying.
comics confusing to me because it's also drawn by someone who can draw.
Yeah.
And that's weird.
There's like extensive backgrounds and detailing and stuff like that.
right. Perspective work.
Yeah. Dramatic camera angles. Like, wow.
Weird.
What happened there?
Anyways, miscellaneous feats. He can hold his breath underwater for a pretty impressive length of time, and he's able to understand the languages of other species. So, comes in
He's
handy.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, and then actually just to close it out here, nutshell. If you'll just take this list of titles that Rod put here at the end,
Oh, okay. Let me just scroll down here,
all the way down at the bottom.
All the way. Scrolling. Wow, look at all that scrolling. Oh, boy. Wow, Pip sure does have a lot of friends, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah, sure.
look at that.
Super.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Super.
Oh, okay. Oh, some real good titles. George Washington with Captain America's shield versus a Roomba with a continuously firing flamethrower on it.
B.
Worst hacker in fiction that can hack into the Bat computer. Who would win a sass contest between a stereotyped gay guy and a stereotyped black woman?
So it's like,
Pass.
wait, stereotyped as in the gay guy's being stereotyped by someone else?
Yeah, by the writer.
Yeah,
of
by
this.
the
Yeah, so just
the
a
person
dude
who
and a
came up
lady, and
with
they're just
this.
like shrugging at each other. Just like,
Who's doing this to me?
Oh wow, this is actually true. Some of these things, there's
The
something
Tattletale
stereotypes are true.
Stranger, SpongeBob versus Dennis, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Pass.
Toe Fungus from Lamisil commercial versus a Mucinex Booger.
That's not bad.
That's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
Who's the weakest
ooh, I
character
like
who
it.
could kill Corpse King or Corpse Kong?
wouldn't the
Is that a
name?
Donkey Kong?
The name
thing?
implies
Even I
that
don't
Corpse
know.
Kong is already dead.
yeah. Good job, weakest character.
The TF2 mercenaries take part in the MLB. How well do they do?
Pretty well.
Imagine
on
the
account
scout
of having
does
rocket
okay.
launchers and
Oh,
shit.
Scout? Yeah.
The scout's completely baseball themed, so
Yeah. I feel like you have an
Yeah,
advantage.
but he murders people.
That would help in baseball.
don't block the plate when the scout's coming around.
Weakest character
Exactly.
character who can impeach Princess Peach. I thought Princess Peach was a monarch.
Yeah, I don't think he can do that.
Yeah.
6 Neanderthals versus a mutant rabbit.
So Monty Python.
Yeah.
Charles Darwin versus Charles Dickens.
Dude. Darwin had some body mass. Dickens was very, very funny.
The Peanuts Gang versus Pennywise, the dancing clown.
What? What? Adorable children versus an unknown horror?
Yeah.
I mean, that
A
is
Stephen King book.
Well,
yeah.
they're not adorable.
Well, what
yeah.
if Lucy held the football after Pennywise and he fell for it? You know? I mean, you have to think about this stuff.
That's not bad. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Especially with the big shoes.
Yeah, I'd like to see them. They could have a dance battle.
Oh, yeah.
Epic rap battle history, free for all.
Just let them all die.
Who is the ultimate DK crew member? Lord Voldemort versus Baby Mario. Which version of the Joker would do best at actually being a clown?
Caesar Romero, obviously.
Oh, yeah. And Michael Jackson versus his own genitals.
Okay,
just
banned
go
for
right past that one.
banned for being edgy.
Yeah. What did we learn from any of this, F+?
I thought I learned who would win, but I don't think I actually did.
No.
I think
Yeah,
people
me
just
neither.
presented
Never,
the
ever
scenarios, and then nobody...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
This is not a place for coming to conclusions.
Don't downvote.
It's just a place for endless speculation.
Oh, I did...
Another one of those things where where Reddit is like, well, I got this premise, it doesn't work, but let's all spend a lot of time on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is like some of these had like 10% funny in their 100% of posts.
I did actually learn
And
something,
maybe
though.
you just
Go ahead.
you don't need to do that.
You don't
Welcome
need to be
to
on
Reddit.
Reddit. That's nonsense.
You don't need to do that.
Reddit might not be the worst place on the internet, but it does have the worst posters. They're the worst at posting.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, because there's a lot of, there's, all, especially big, like, social media sites have, like, all sorts of shit posting.
Right.
But the Reddit shit posting is the most, like,
Tedious?
time sink crafted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Like, people are spending the most words shit posting.
Yeah. Which goes against the whole
And
idea
if
of
you
it.
like to shit,
So, Zarla, you said you learned something?
I did learn something. I learned that Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, punched a heretic in the face at the Council of Nicaea. So based on his willingness to use violence, Santa's probably top 10% for round 1.
I didn't know that either.
He punched a hairy dick in the face.
Yes. That's in
what
the
you
Bible.
said?
Look it up. Look it up.
Oh, sorry.
I love this is something that Reddit and Stack Exchange kind of have in common is that like there's not a concept or thought that it can exist in popular fiction that is too stupid for them to dissect. Like the idea of like this fucking obvious stupid corporate spin-off like thing, like this I'm Colonel Sanders and I'm like a fucking cowboy or whatever. Like everyone goes, yeah, I will skip past the ad, but no, it's like, well, okay, let's figure out the stats here. Let's analyze this because if I don't analyze this, then I'm literally wasting my life.
Yeah, like the correct way to engage with that if you're going to is to make fun of it, but they've done the opposite of make fun of it and engaged with it more earnestly than anyone else has ever done, including the people who made it.
Including all of the people who made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, I know that, the people involved in this show are sort of a certain age, and I think the people that are involved in this show are old enough that we remember when nerd culture was slightly different, that like it was just unpopular enough that it was like still a little bit like ostracized, that like there was some sort of cadre to it, and now I can't. Nerd culture is the worst. It is the worst. I hate nerd culture.
And this is arguably the nicest corner of nerd culture.
That's true. There was
a
It's the thing.
racism. There was some of it.
This is the upside.
Yeah.
Well, also, this is probably heavily curated for our benefit, too.
That's also true. Also true.
Our website is always thefl.us. Our forum is Ball Pits, which continues to be fun. We have a live show, which has tickets sold out, but we've got a karaoke after party and really, really stupid merch. Oh my god, do we have really dumb merch coming up. And I'm buying too much of it.
Yay, dumb merch.
Really, really, really dumb merch. At the point, I've gone mad, because at the point that I bought the cassettes, and I actually sold out of the cassettes, I was like, well, fuck it. That's gonna work.
Let's see where the bottom is on this thing.
Yeah, let's keep going. Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Podcasters can certainly watch.
Yeah, I know.
I just like that phrase.
Keep recording. Your love, we take more drugs than a